What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're gonna take a deeper dive into Alephium, or Alephium, I still don't know how to pronounce it, or Alph. This is a layer 1 proof of less work, let's just call it proof of work, that aims to solve the issues of decentralization, scalability, and security in the crypto space. Another layer 1 proof of work coin that aims to solve crypto trilemmas. So I'm sure that a lot of you guys are already going to be like, oh, does this compare to Kaspa or instead something like Millionaires or Tectum? We're going to take a look at this. So first of all, we're dealing with something that is 113 million in market cap. So I wouldn't consider this a small cap. Anything that is above 100 million to me is not really a small cap. However, I would put it into the mid cap range. The main difference that I can already make from something like Kaspa is that this is not fair launch. So we can already see by looking at the graph right here that there was a bit of sell-off at the start. This was because part of the supply was pre-mined, so it was mined before the token was actually released to the public. So the early investors, the early miners, the people that had these tokens to begin with, dump at the start and the price dumps. So that's when people should actually buy, after the initial sell-off. It seems that it got a lot of attention in the last month, and now it's dumping back down for an actual correction, and this is pretty much everything in the market right now, so don't be surprised because of that. So I actually want to start by having a look at the website itself, which looks decent. It's not the best website that I've ever seen, but it makes its point very, very clear. Scalable for developers, secure for users, and decentralized for all. So a lot of points that make it understand that they're aiming to solve the crypto trilemma. So the white paper actually goes quite into detail about the specific algorithm that they have developed that is called block flow, and essentially it involves scaling through sharding. So shards are actually connected to the DAG in order to scale the structure, and actually enables to achieve 10,000 blocks per second transaction, which is definitely a noticeable improvement for the 7 blocks per second of Bitcoin. But of course, we have developed a lot of better technology over the years. Here you can go into the very nitty-gritty about the tech, so definitely have a look at the white paper if you're interested right here. It's directly linked on CoinMarketCap. The proof of less work algorithm is a more energy efficient algorithm, or at least they are describing it. It says that it combines physical world and coin economics to dynamically adjust the work required to mine new blocks. So essentially, in the same network condition, it says here that Alephium will only use 1/8 of the energy compared to Bitcoin. So it makes it way more energy efficient, but it's still a proof of work algorithm. It's just a sort of consensus that is improved in terms of efficiency, making it perhaps more profitable with miners because they're not going to be needing to deploy the same energy they would have otherwise while mining something like Bitcoin. It's got its own programming language that is named Ralph. Nice name. The tokenomics, I gotta say, they're actually not that bad. Is this the most decentralized thing on earth? No, because there was the initial sell-off. However, I do believe that most of those people already sold, at least the TGE token. The vesting period says that it varies between 2 and 4 years, so probably there's still going to be some kind of sell-offs in the future. I would expect some sell-off around the Bitcoin halving start, and definitely still during this bull run. But it's only 8% of the total supply right here in pre-sales and future strategic private sales, which is probably what is still going to dump in the future. 3% to treasury and team, which are actually locked on for 3 years, and 3% to community and ecosystem developer. So yeah, it's locked for 4 years, and then it's going to be vested quarterly. So definitely something to be on the lookout for if you're looking to hold this for the long run. And 86% in mining rewards, which are actually going to be distributed over the next 80 years. That is actually a big deal, guys, because the tokenomics of this, just by looking at the first glance, they're not that great. It's 6% only in circulating supply. But then if you actually do your own research and you understand that this is not really super inflationary just because of the fact that the mining rewards are distributed over 80 years, that actually doesn't make it all that bad. The pre-mine was 140 million coins, so only 50 million coins were actually mined after the pre-mine. And this is in a span of literally 2 years, so it really makes you think that this is not really super inflationary, which is kind of good in my opinion, if you ask me. And the maximum supply is going to be 1 billion, but again, this is going to be be filled literally at the end of the century. So you can at least rest assured that this is not that inflationary. Worth noting that, yeah, this is still, though, a token on the Ethereum blockchain. And on top of that, I would definitely recommend you to store this on cold storage, on Tangent. This is the one that I personally use. I'm actually an affiliate, but rest assured, this is literally what I use myself for 99% of my crypto. I have a discount link down in the description that will automatically apply my promo code CPRL at checkout. Directly supports me and also gives you 10% off your purchase. Let me know if you've used this so I can actually personally thank you. And to also enhance the energy efficiency, the 10 blocks per second, we also have a description of the token as deflationary because essentially the transaction fees are burned. So blending this with actually the low emission of tokens, it really makes you think that this is incredibly deflationary. So the team exists, and that is definitely a good thing, because if you want to get involved into a project like this and investing at least for the medium term, you want to make sure that in the majority of cases the team is actually doxed, because there's less chances that this is actually going to rug you and this project is a scam. So that is definitely a good thing. I didn't do like a super deep dive into these people, but I've checked their LinkedIn profile. They seem legit, and they actually seem to have had reputable careers for a lot of years. So that is definitely bullish. Not everyone is doxed. We can actually see that a Spider is a core blockchain developer, but again, not the big of a deal. The main thing to me is actually looking into the C-level people behind this project, because those are actually the face of it. And they offered 12 decentralized swag. The roadmap is pretty legit, I gotta say. It seems like they've actually stayed true to all the steps that I've posted right here. However, it's still not updated for 2024. Is this a big major red flag? I mean, the year has just started, so I'm just gonna give them the benefit of the doubt for the moment, but I hope that at least they're gonna be able to give the completed roadmap for 2024, at least by the end of the quarter. I'm already smelling in the air this Kaspa comparison, and the main thing that differentiates this from Kaspa is the fact that this is not fair launch. This has got some pre-mined supply. However, they're also completely different technologies, and this actually has very good tokenomics. So I don't want to say that Kaspa is better just because it's fully decentralized. At the end of the day, we're looking to generate money, generate profits out of our investments. We're really not looking to just invest in the tech that is more decentralized, because otherwise Kaspa would win, but we're just looking to generate money. And the fact that this has a much lower market cap of Kaspa could definitely be enticing for a lot of people to actually diversify their investment portfolio and buy some Alephium. Also, of course, have some Kaspa, because I definitely recommend anyone to have some Kaspa. I do see the big appeal that Alephium could have in the market. Let's also have a look here. We can see that the exchange listing situation is relatively poor for a project of this scale, because despite the fact that this is actually not a low cap, it's definitely very enticing to me, the fact that it's really only listed on Maxi and Gate.io in terms of centralized exchanges. This is a big deal. And Bitmart, but who cares about Bitmart? Shit. It really signals that there's a lot of room for growth, because when this gets listed to the tier 1 exchanges, provided that it does, of course, but I don't see why this would not be listed on a Kraken or Binance, or even something smaller like Crypto.com or a Qcoin, the price is definitely gonna follow. It's not even listed on Bybit. I mean, this is definitely going to follow a big pump in the short term, in my opinion, if actually this exchange listing take place. So yeah, right now I would probably buy on Maxi. I'm not a fan of Gate. I can't even use it in my country, but I can use Maxi, and this is actually the exchange that I'm partnered with. So if you're looking to trade on Maxi, it's a non-KYC exchange that I use for literally 99% of my gem, and you can also use it in the US, provided that you're using a VPN. I have referral links for both Maxi and NordVPN. If you're interested, there's a lot of benefits, and it's down in the description for you. So I'm actually getting quite bullish about this project. My main problem was looking into the pre-mining aspect and inflation aspect, but after doing my research on all of this, I'm not concerned by any of the problems. I actually don't hold any Alephium right now, but I'm definitely looking to add some in the very near future, potentially diversify my mid-risk, mid-reward side of the portfolio. And that is it for this video. If you want to connect with me any further, I'm also on X. I'm trying to grow this account as much as I can, actually. And of course, Patreon is the place to be. You're going to join one of the best communities in crypto right now, and I'm very proud to say that. Not only my buy and sellers and access to private live streams, private exclusive content, just the fact of joining a no bullshit community of investors, of like-minded people to support each other, share alpha, and make it together and create generational wealth, to me is unparalleled. So I really hope to see you there and help you out in your journey. As always, until then, take care for now.